A huge update is coming to all Tesla vehicles sometime very soon. Version 11, the next big massive software update, is expected to come sooner than later. Elon says it's coming over and over again for the past several months, but as soon as it drops, it is expected to bring with it a lot of new features, some hidden features under the surface as well, and lots of cool new things that really extends your car's capabilities and can do a lot of really cool things. In this video, let's kind of break down what we know about version 11, best some of the myths, break down some of the rumors, and talk about some of those hidden features that you might not have known are coming to your car very soon. So first, before we jump into it, a couple of caveats. One is that what we've been basing most of our version 11 knowledge from has been these leaked photos and videos, and mainly these new kind of walkthroughs from Plaid Tesla Model S owners of their software. But this might not be version 11. There are rumors that this was built specifically for the new refreshed Model S and X, and that this is like 10.2. It's not technically version 11. This is just a separate UI for a separate system. So this could not even come to the Model 3 and Model Y, and it might not even be a thing for those vehicles. And secondly, assuming this is version 11, or at least mostly version 11, we don't exactly know if this is coming to Model 3 and Model Y. The assumption is that yes, of course. I mean, why wouldn't this massive software update come to these cars? It's going to come to every car in the Tesla family, which is what I would assume. But some are saying that the Atom processor, or at least what I've seen, what I've heard on from this loose of Reddit, is that the Atom processor inside of the Model 3 and Model Y is not capable, or could not potentially be capable enough to run this new UI. Does the car have an Atom processor? I'm not sure. I'm just telling you what I've heard, but there have been concerns that the processing power of the 3 and Y is just not up to snuff for this new UI that we see in the new refreshed Model S. So, a couple of caveats to keep in mind, but assuming that, let's say this is version 11, stop hitting the mic, and also assuming that yes, this is going to come to all cars, what can you expect coming to your car very soon? Well, actually, a whole lot of things, starting first with basically a brand new refreshed interface that gives you a lot more control. Starting with the main UI, you now have colorful icons that kind of really replace the flat, very anti-skeuomorphic layout, the very almost modern industrial design language of the software in the Model 3 and Model Y. That was very flat, that was very almost monochromatic in a sense, not a lot of colors used. It was very just flat and blended in. This is a lot more sort of in your face, but in a good way. There's a little bit of that skeuomorphic touch, there's colors, and there is a very different sort of feel and look to the interface on this new software that hopefully is version 11. You'll also notice that the interface is different, that you now can do two windows side by side, and that you're not locked to a specific fixture of what that window is, and a specific sort of side-by-side layout of those two windows. If you want to do sort of this split view side-by-side thing, you can do that with other apps as well. You're still sort of locked to the 70-30 split of what we have on the 3 and the Y right now, but you can change that. So if you want your map to be 70% of the screen and your media to be 30% of the screen, you can do that. And you can also easily basically drag and drop the windows on each side, and they sort of snap into place. So the app will go to one side, it'll snap into the place. If you drag an app to the other side, it'll snap into place there as well. Basically, you can do sort of this split screen sort of dual window view, which looks really cool and gives you basically a lot more control over exactly what you see while you're driving, and sort of resize things that are more important to you and make things maybe like the map that are not as important if you kind of know the direction a little more off to the side and out of the way. Another big change coming to version 11 is the way that media is controlled in the interface. Now, it looks like album art is going to be bigger, which is nice. Not only does it look nicer, but it should make it easier to navigate through the different stations and albums. And sort of breaking news, according to some sleuths on Twitter and Reddit, it looks like Apple Music, Tidal, and maybe even other audio streaming services are coming to this new interface and the new Tesla software for streaming inside of your car. Hopefully the bitrate is higher than Spotify right now, and you have more options. You can stream through Apple Music or Tidal, or just have a lot more options in terms of media streaming in your car. It's been a very long requested feature to have something other than Spotify and TuneIn and what is there right now, and this seems to be a very welcomed addition. Hopefully it's there. It seems like the placeholders are there, at least in the code. This could be a big hidden feature that is in there right now, and hopefully makes its big launch when version 11 becomes official, coming to all the new Tesla vehicles. Speaking of streaming, the streaming options built into this version of the Tesla software seems to be the same. So basically still Netflix, Twitch, and I forget what the other built-in Tesla Theater options are. Nothing seems to be changed there. And also the games store. The games are still the same. No word on if Cyberpunk is coming to the new Model S and X or Witcher or any other games. If there could be any kind of app store for third-party games or an app store in general. No word on if that is happening. Right now, everything still seems to be pretty much the same. So hopefully we could see some expansion in that area. But as of right now, don't expect any big changes to games or streaming media options, at least in terms of video. You should have the ability to drag and drop different application icons into sort of a favorites bar or a quick control bar, basically a way to easily access them, which is nice, and you can kind of do this dynamically, which is super cool to see to get your Tesla super customized to fit your liking. And there is sort of this new sort of control center-esque thing inside of the Tesla menu. So now at the top, at least according to what we see in the Model S, you'll have sort of quick access to quick controls, like opening the frunk and the trunk and adjusting certain parts of the car, locking the car, unlocking the car, steering wheel adjustments, mirror adjustments. All that can be done in a super easy, compact place that you don't have to go hunting through menus or different pages. You can do it all from this sort of quick control center inside of the Tesla menu. Super cool to see, and hopefully that is not just a Model S or X feature, but that comes to all of the Tesla vehicles inside of this new version 11. Now, in addition to everything we know about version 11 through photos and videos and stuff like that, there have been some additional sleuths on Reddit that have dug through the Tesla app code to find more information on some upcoming features. So in addition to version 11, once this software update actually hits, there could be a number of other services and features coming at the same time through the Tesla mobile app. One of the big finds is that yes, full self-driving as a subscription is nearly finished. It seems like all the code is implemented. Basically, all the purchasing options and everything in that vein is already set up and ready to go. And basically, Tesla just needs to flip the switch to turn on full self-driving as a subscription and basically make it live. Pricing is still sort of unknown as it is right now. We've seen different rumors that Tesla could charge by the mile for full self-driving as a subscription, or there'd be multiple services, some reserved for city and sort of street driving and some for highway driving. You have to pay to have a combination of both. No word yet if there would be tiers in sort of the FSD subscription service, but what we're hearing from the sleuths on Reddit is that this is basically ready to go and Tesla just needs to flip the switch to turn it live. The code also suggests that Tesla is looking to continue their insurance service and possibly expand it and use the knowledge and information of the car to potentially adjust your rates. So maybe the car would be able to send to Tesla insurance the amount of times emergency braking was applied, the amount of times autopilot kicked you out of a autopilot experience while you were driving, the number of times you accelerated, decelerated. There are a bunch of different factors and a bunch of different pieces of information that the Tesla car as itself is already collecting, but that they can use now to send to Tesla insurance to sort of modify your rate. And this sort of also opens this whole can of worms on how much information do you want to send to Tesla? Are you okay with basically having your rates adjusted based on how you drive all the time, with all this information constantly being monitored on you and sent to Tesla and adjusted? Would you like that? Would you not? It's definitely something to consider, and definitely something Tesla is considering, at least in terms of what we see through this code, that they could implement soon. Right now, I think Tesla insurance is just in California, so it'd be nice to see this sort of roll out more nationwide and worldwide as the months and years progress. And it would also be interesting to see them sort of change their service based on your personal driving habits, if of course you opt in. I don't know if I'd opt into that or not. Sort of on the fence. What are your thoughts on Tesla insurance based off of your real-time driving habits? So what are your thoughts on Tesla software version 11? Do you think what we're seeing right now is version 11? Do you think it's something totally different? Do you think that there is going to be some big change happening that we just haven't seen yet before Elon is hiding some things behind the curtain and behind the scenes? And are you excited about this? Are you disappointed? Do you think this is a worthy, worthwhile one per year upgrade that we've been waiting for basically since it was rumored to be that massive holiday update? What are your thoughts on V11? Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited about. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I will see you in the next one.